Hi there, I'm Cheryl D'Souza and I'll take you through all the events that we need to watch out domestically through the course of next week. First, let me talk about an event that's going to take place tomorrow, and that is Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be embarking on a 3-city visit tomorrow, that's on November 28th, to personally review the vaccine development as well as the manufacturing process. He will be visiting Zydus Biotech Park in Ahmedabad, Bharat Biotech in Hyderabad, as well as Serum Institute of India in Pune. Moving on to next week, a crucial data to eye out on, and that is the Monetary Policy Committee headed by RBI Governor will be meeting from November 2nd to November 4th. Last month, the MPC had said that it will keep the policy stance accommodative for at least into the next fiscal year to support the economy that has been hammered out of shape due to COVID-19 pandemic. But analysts have expressed some sort of concerns. They are hoping that the RBI does not turn hawkish in this policy meet given the inflation scenario. Just to recap a bit, India's CPI inflation rose to 7.61% in October and has stayed above the RBI's upper tolerance level for at least 5th consecutive month. So far, if you see, MPC has cut rates by about 115 basis points in March and May to a record low of 4% to support the growth. From there on, they've actually maintained the rate steady, and that is due to the elevated levels of inflation. Let's talk about the auto sales numbers. From December 1st, you will have the auto sales numbers for the month of November that are likely to come in. November wholesales is expected to grow year on year for all segments, barring the M&HCV segment. Sustained demand, inventory refilling, and normalizing supply chain bottlenecks are the key triggers. Wholesales is expected to grow on a low base and to cater spillover demand from the festive season as well as inventory refilling. So all eyes on the November auto sales data that will start trickling in from December 1st. Another important data on the market front and on a global front is the OPEC and the OPEC Plus meeting. Yes, they were supposed to meet next week. That is still on, but Saudi Arabia and Russia have summoned the OPEC Plus ministers who oversee their oil production cuts for the last minute talks on Saturday as they prepared for a decision on a supply output hike from coming in from January onwards. So this informal meeting has been organized by Saudi Arabia as well as Russia, which will include their joint ministerial monitoring committee members, which include Algeria, Kazakhstan, Iraq, Nigeria, as well as the UAE. OPEC's president has actually said that the group must remain cautious as its internal data points out that there is a risk of the new oil surplus seeping in next year. So they really need to go ahead and think through this decision of whether they should go ahead and hike the output come January. Apart from this unscheduled gathering that is expected to happen tomorrow, you have the OPEC ministers that will be meeting on November 30th, that is a Monday, and the OPEC Plus talks will be held on December 1st. Apart from that, you have other global cues that we can watch out for. First is Fed Chairman Jerome Powell and Treasury Secretary, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin will be testifying before the Senate Banking Committee on the CARES Act, the economic stimulus that was enacted in March to address the COVID-19 pandemic. You will have Fed Chair also going ahead and appearing before the House Financial Services Committee. So these are the cues that we need to watch out for next week.